let's start off perhaps with your broad perspective on the kind of markets activity we're seeing right now, because while we do have a few pressure points here and there, it seems that the market managing to withstand.
Okay, good morning, Eleni. Thanks for having me on your show. First of all, let me just say that the market moved up 0.3% yesterday. It was basically on the back of upward movement in cement sector stocks, banking sector stocks, and some stocks in the petroleum marketing sector. We saw banks like Diamond Bank trading limit high, moving up, gaining about 4.96% yesterday, while a stock like IBTC gained about 4.6%. Basically, on the cement sector, we saw Lafarge Wapco going up higher by about 4.8%, while Dangote Cement gained about 1.6% thereabouts. We feel basically there's renewed confidence in the market. The successful conduct of the elections is a huge catalyst in our view, and we think this is good for the Nigerian market. We feel that it's basically a good thing. Market liquidity has improved to about an average of about $21 million last week. We saw it fall to about $60 million on Monday, but it picks up again yesterday to about 25 million. So this is good for the market. We're seeing inflows of liquidity, and we feel it's positive generally. Broadly
positive, as I said, but we do have those individual pressure points that are being felt, and amongst them Oceanic Bank and First Bank yesterday. What are you making of that potential tie-up now being off the table?
Basically, we saw Oceanic and First Bank trading down yesterday. The deal was put off. The Oceanic Bank management said that the deal they were being offered by First Bank wasn't to their favor, and First Bank said that they didn't see much value in the deal. So while there are still rumors around that, they might still, talk about it and try to settle it, we don't see that happening. We feel, it's not good for Oceanic Bank, especially. They'll have to start looking at their drawing board, trying to look for another potential investor, into the bank. So it's not really too good for them.
Not too good at this stage. Were you hoping that a deal would have come to the fore? What would this have spelt for a player like First Bank?
Basically, it would have been a very good deal. First Bank already is one of the biggest banks in Nigeria, and with the size of Oceanic, adding that to First Bank, that would have just been a very, very massive in terms of asset size, in terms of the loan book, in terms of in terms of the broad size of the bank. That would have been really good. There would have also been synergies. You would have had some branches closing down, because First Bank definitely has a wide branch network. Oceanic also is very strong in the retail segment. That would have boosted First Bank's retail market reach even more.
So we can clearly see where that market disappointment is coming through from. In the meantime, Dangote Sugar out with numbers, and the top line seems to have matched expectations. Sales grew by 9.2% year on year. Earnings, however, falling short. What's your view on a player like Dangote Sugar?
Yeah, for Dangote Sugar, earnings, we had expected the compression in earnings. Basically, the bulk of the inputs Dangote Sugar uses is raw sugar, and it imports the raw sugar from Brazil. If you look at commodity prices, I mean, over the past year, prices have been trending higher. I think about 60% of total costs of production is on the price of raw sugar. So definitely, a spike in commodity prices would have affected their cost. So we're expecting that anyway.
We know that you've got your eye on a player like Flour Mill specifically. So let's quickly touch on the rationale behind your investment watch on a stock like that.
What we've seen with flour mills lately, particularly in the Q3 results that they released a couple of weeks ago, was that the sales trended lower, and earnings also was a bit lower. Yes, it's a similar thing happening to flour mills. We've seen a spike in wheat prices throughout last year, and even this year it's still trending higher, and that has affected earnings and margins.